Hello there. Today I have Lego Transformers G1 Grimlock. So here he is in his dino mode, and I have to say I am really happy with how this build turned out in general. It's very accurate. Colors look very good. Proportions are very good. He has the proper inaccurate the T-Rex inaccurate stance. So the T-Rex is actually kind of more like this actually, but I guess at the time of G1 they thought they just stood upright like they were Godzilla or something. So yeah, this is accurate to G1, not totally to a T-Rex, but it is G1 accurate, and that's what we're going for. So yeah, it works. Looks pretty nice all around. Yeah. Underside. Anybody who cares to see the underside, uh that's that, I guess. Articulation, because he's a technically counts for articulation. Arms can go all the way around, mostly, except for when it hits the leg. So yeah. Speaking of the leg, can kick outward that far, inward that far, and the arm gets in the way. So almost has all the way around. So it is on a universal joint, but it can't go everywhere. No ankle pivot because of scale where these legs end up in robot mode. You already know the arms. So yeah. Tail. It can do this, but that's more of a transformation joint. It can do this. Once again, another transformation joint, not really intentional for articulation, but it works. Oh, he technically does have a wrist swivel all the way around. So yeah. He has the claw hand to represent the little T-Rex hands, and the stud right there, so he can actually hold weapons like this. So yeah, the T-Rex holding a gun. Wow, okay. And his other accessory, sword. He can also hold the sword, even though it's kind of on his arm, not really holding it, but it works. And his final accessory, his crown, which just tabs onto the top of his head. And it's a pretty goofy looking T-Rex, but that's Grimlock. I'll just take the weapons off for now. Not with his arm, just his hand. Or the weapon, whatever. Yeah, it's just a little stud right there. Haven't even finished articulation. Yeah, he has a knee bend that far. Shouldn't go forward, but it does. Oh. Okay, this is a tight part, so it can swivel all the way around, but yeah, as you're seeing, it's really tight. It's gonna pop off. So yeah, that's why I was kind of delaying that piece of articulation to show it to you guys. Neck moves back, but that's more for transformation. Head looks up that far, down that far, and the jaw opens about that far. So yeah, you can do screaming and pain pose, I guess, and you can also talk. So you can say, "Me, Grimlock King." It's gonna move on. Here is Grimlock with Legos and stuff. Hasbro stuff, and I just wanted to show them off next to this Robots in Disguise Grimlock because they're kind of similar sizes, as you can see. So yeah. Grimlock is about 15 and a half studs long, about 7 studs wide, and about 11 and a half studs tall. Alright, so now for the transformation. First thing we're going to do is just straighten the legs out like so. Just like that. And we're going to kind of shimmy these pieces out of here. Those pieces obviously cover up his head, so yeah, it's pretty tight. And you're just gonna flip that to the back. Next thing you're gonna do is actually gonna come back here. You're gonna untab the tail at the gray section. So let's just do that. Yeah, there we go. And then you know, just separate the legs like so, just unfold them just like so, and you got them standing up a little bit. I guess, yeah, it would be easier if we do something to further the transformation. So move the arms out of the way. You're gonna need the clearance. I'm actually gonna raise the camera. All right, and then you're going to move that section out to the side like so on the D-snot brick. Move this back, and then, you know, down, and then swivel this so that, you know, it's actually facing the right direction. So there's one leg and then there's the other. Doing this piece, only have like a few of these pieces and they're all really loose, so it's not like a build issue. It's a piece connection issue. So yeah, this build is actually pretty stable for the most part. So you're gonna move the leg out to the side like so, tail down. This section is actually inspired by Ratbat's Grimlock transformation, where it kind of like swivels into the leg. I really liked it, so I decided to borrow it. So hey, you should check out Ratbat 107, 108, I believe. I don't know. He did a Grimlock, and this is how the tail transformed. And I kind of just borrowed the engineering. Works pretty well. But yeah, also the foot, you know, folds up like that. And then you, of course, shimmy the knee to the middle. And that is one leg done. And in T-Rex mode, this back is going to be like this. You're just going to straighten it out for robot mode. And Grimlock gets pretty tall, so yeah, I think this is the highest I've ever raised my camera in at least a G1 review. So, or maybe any reviews. Might be my biggest build. It's not. It's not. Anyway, yeah, you're gonna shift those, slide those pieces in, and then on this joint right here, you should get the arms out of the way, actually. So, I just swivel it so that the arms are right out of the way. Then, kind of just flip this all the way down so that, you know, it kind of forms a panel on his back like so. Should go pretty smoothly, and then you can just adjust these pieces. Gonna knock that off. You can adjust these pieces that slid around, just kind of just adjust them however. Here you're gonna move these back a little bit. As you can see, it was like this. You're just gonna move it back like so. And then, is it this one? It's not that one, it's this one. They both rotate, but as you can see, this one, that red tile, or that red stud, is really stubborn, so it doesn't want to move. But if you do have the right tolerance, as on the other side, right here, it should go pretty smoothly. So as you can see, oh, now it's not working. Oh, okay, there we go. As you can see, if you have the right, just the right amount of tolerance on that piece, it will work out. So yeah, that creates his wing. Just have that arm kind of sticking out like so. There's actually a step I forgot to do. Hopefully it isn't too hard. Like this. You can just move the back panel up a little bit. You're gonna slide that section over, and then you just swivel it back around like so. Move it up. Get his T-Rex head, swivel it up like that. It's pinching too hard. Stuff is flying everywhere. It's because this piece is a little bit too tight, like I said earlier. Yeah, so you have it like that. There's a reason why there's no tile right here. It's because his jaw needs some room to rest, just like so. And the final thing you do, of course, is to readjust the arms. Just do that. Up, down, or whatever configuration you had them in. Just put them in the right spot. And with all of that done, you will have Lego Transformers G1 not Wheeljack, Grimlock in his robot mode. So, yeah, here he is. It's kind of hard to see his head, the background. So, yeah. This is, let me just show the head design. I think I did a pretty good job capturing the head design. Just has just enough room to fit in Dino mode, and I think it looks pretty good. Although from a distance it might look like a Mickey Mouse silhouette, but you know, looks good enough. And have to fix my stand real quick. Okay. Now I'm just gonna do a 360. As you can see, he doesn't have a lot of kibble except for this dinosaur neck right here, but honestly, it doesn't stick out. Oh, it's never fallen over like that. Connection might have been a little bit loose, but that knee piece might be getting a little bit loose, but yeah, it's never happened before. Okay, so yeah, continuing the 360. His backpack is kind of huge, but it's accurate, so you know it doesn't bother me too much. And I think Grimlock should be a little bit bulky, so I think it works. Here's a top view. It's kind of messy back here, but you know it is accurate. I also like how much room is like around his head. I don't know. It just looks cool. I don't know why. I just like that. There's also these yellow details back here. Right here, they're kind of like his ribs. I don't know what they are, but it's accurate to the design. I decided to add them. It also acts like, as like a stopping point for the legs in robot dino mode, and it's accurate. So I just decided to put it in. I don't think any other G1 Grimlocks have this detail on there. So I guess that's a first. I don't know, I might be wrong, but you know, it's a pretty minute detail. It's not really too important, but you know, it's there. He also has the colors on his shins, although not really in the perfect spot. It works well enough for me, at least. Yeah, overall, I think it's, I mean, in general, I think it's pretty cool. I do think he's a little bit too skinny, though, but I can get past that. But yeah. Is there anything else? I guess articulation. His head can move all the way around. Universal at the shoulder, of course. Instead of that knee from robot mode, it turns into an elbow or a knee from a dino mode. It turns into an elbow for robot mode. So, yeah. Also, in the dino mode, he also has I forgot to show off the thigh swivel, but here it is a bicep swivel. So, yeah, it does have that swivel. Getting the arms out of the way due to transformation, he does kind of have like a backward ab crunch. That is just a part of the build that does like to topple over a little bit, but you know, it's not that hard to get it balancing. As you can see, I can do it pretty easily. And another thing, continuing the articulation, no waist swivel, but he can kick up that far, and he can kick back about that far. Let's have that again. And well, this thing, there you go. And kick up, might be able to go a little bit higher. Yeah, kick up about that far. Wow. There's a thigh swivel. It's easier to show over here because it's a loose piece again. It's more of a tolerance issue, not a build issue. It would be pretty stable if the pieces I chose, if I had some newer ones. So, yeah. Yeah, the thigh swivel, 90-degree knee bend, backward, no forward. Is that it? No. He has an ankle pivot that goes all the way around, and his foot can go down due to transformation. So yeah, that is all of his articulation, I believe. Yeah, that's pretty much all of it. It's pretty articulated. I think he has all the main points of articulation, and here he is in a weird pose. You can put the crown on his head, but it doesn't actually tab in due to how his head is built. And I couldn't make it any larger for it to be adapted enough to fit the head crown on there, so Oh yeah, that's just kind of how it is. The crown wasn't gonna fit on there anyway, cause no room in Dino mode. But you know, you can't put it on his head like that. Doesn't look too bad. Other accessory, he has his little rocket launcher thing. It's the same accessories as Dino mode. Despite the little dino claw feet thingies in the way, he can't hold weapons. So yeah, there he is with that. It doesn't look too bad. And we've got this his sword right here. Just simply tabs in like so into his hand, just like his gun. And yeah, that is Grimlock with his weapons. Looks pretty cool. Lego stuff comparisons. Hasbro stuff, and I don't know why Dirge is looking at this guy, but yeah. Yeah, here's Hasbro stuff. He's about a deluxe scale, which is crazy. He is 15.5 studs tall. Focus. 15.5 studs tall, and I will see you guys next time with Blitzwing.